You know the feeling. We've all been there. You make this absolutely perfect cup of coffee, you get pulled into a meeting, an email, whatever, and when you finally come back to it, it's cold. Ugh, that moment of disappointment is real. But hey, it might not be a total lost cause. So, what's the move? Do you just sigh, pour that precious coffee down the drain, and start all over again? Or is there a way to bring it back to life without turning it into some kind of bitter, awful mess? Is that cup really a lost cause? Well, here's the good news. The answer is yes. You absolutely can reheat it. But, and this is a very big but, there is a right way to do it, and oh boy, is there a wrong way. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the cold coffee conundrum itself, then we'll get into a little bit of the science behind a bad reheat. Don't worry, it's interesting. After that, we'll cover how to do it right, what mistakes to avoid, and wrap up with how to prevent the problem in the first place. Right, let's tackle the big question first. Why does most reheated coffee taste so, well, so bad? It's got that weirdly sour and bitter thing going on. I promise it's not just in your head. There are actual chemical reasons this happens. Yeah, that awful taste. It all comes down to the super delicate chemistry that's happening inside your coffee cup. So if we want to know how to reheat it correctly, we first have to get a handle on the science of why it goes so wrong. It all kicks off with something called volatile compounds. Now, these little guys are the superstars of your coffee. They're these super fragile molecules that give coffee that incredible smell and all those complex, delicious flavors. The perfume analogy here is perfect. It's what makes coffee smell like coffee. So here's the crucial part. When you blast that coffee with too much heat a second time, two really bad things happen. First, you just burn off all those delicate volatile compounds. Poof, the amazing aroma is gone. Second, you kickstart a chemical reaction that changes the natural acids in coffee into these intensely bitter-tasting acids. You are literally creating bitterness in your cup. And I mean, the difference is just tragic. Look at this. Your fresh brew has that amazing smell, that perfect balance. But a poorly reheated cup, the aroma's faded, it's sour, and it's got that harsh bitterness we were just talking about. It's not even the same drink anymore. Okay, so how do we dodge that tragedy? How do we actually rescue that cold cup and make it something you want to drink again? Let's get into the practical step-by-step guide. The single most important thing to remember is this number right here, 60 degrees Celsius, which is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the magic number, the sweet spot. It's hot enough to feel good, but it's not so hot that it starts those nasty chemical reactions that ruin the flavor. All right, method number one, and honestly, this is the best one, the stovetop. The key words here are low and slow. Taking this gentle approach gives you the absolute most control over the temperature, which is exactly what we want. The process couldn't be simpler. Just pour your coffee into a small pot. Turn your stove on to the lowest possible setting it has. And then you have to watch it like a hawk. The second, and I mean the second, you see steam starting to come off the top, take it off the heat. The golden rule here is never, ever, ever let it boil. Boiling is basically a guarantee you'll ruin it. Now, what if you're short on time? I get it. The microwave can work, but you have to be smart about it. This isn't about just nuking it for a minute straight. It's all about quick, controlled bursts of heat. So here's how you do it. First thing, do not use full power. No way. Set your microwave to about 80% or maybe a medium-high setting. Then, you're going to heat it in 30-second chunks. After each one, take it out, give it a stir, and check the temperature. This stops it from getting those super hot spots that create all that bitterness. Okay, so we know what to do, but it's just as important to know what not to do. So let's run through the most common mistakes that will absolutely guarantee you a terrible cup of reheated coffee. First, like we've said, never boil it, just don't. Second, you know those warming plates on drip coffee machines? Avoid them. Leaving your coffee on one of those for more than, say, 15 minutes is basically just slow cooking it into a sour, bitter disaster. Third, don't try to reheat coffee that already has milk or cream in it. The dairy just tastes off when you heat it up again. And finally, resist the urge to just blast it on full power in the microwave for 2 minutes. That is one way to get to bitterness. Of course, while it's great that we now know how to rescue a cold cup of coffee, the absolute best solution is to not let it get cold in the first place. Prevention is better than the cure. And there are a few really easy ways to do this. The best thing you can do is just use a good thermos or one of those insulated double-walled mugs. They work wonders. You could also just try brewing smaller cups more often so you actually finish it while it's hot. And hey, if it does go cold, why fight it? Just embrace it. Throw some ice in there, maybe a splash of milk, and boom, you've got yourself a fantastic iced coffee. If you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this thought right here. Your goal is to gently warm the coffee, not to cook it a second time. That simple change in how you think about it is the whole secret to getting it right. So there you have it. The knowledge is yours. The next time you find yourself staring at that sad, cold cup of coffee, the choice is yours. Are you going to be a coffee rescuer, armed with the science to bring it back to life? Or are you going to be a purist and just start fresh? Now you know how to make the right call.